around you, the good God above you. I don't think that we can get much more from life than that. So if you ask me, I will state the fact that I'm a rich man. 'Cause I got you by my side. 10 million reasons I'm grateful to be alive. I'm a rich man.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The program will start momentarily. Again, please have your seat. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kevin Baker, Executive Director, PTI.
After last night, I could not start without this. Woo! Pretty amazing to have two amazing events happen within 12 hours, right? Two historic events in the state. So my friend Brent Christensen is somewhere in here, and we pursue these things together all the time. And Brent likes to say that I use the phrase, "Let me tell you a story," very often. I don't think he's right, but let me tell you a story. So I want to tell you about a day back in 2014. At that time, where you're sitting was a cigarette warehouse, literally. Over here was a building where they made forklifts and some other things. Behind us, an 18-hole golf course. That bridge, not there. The interstate, not there. That bridge for airplanes, not there. The road you're sitting on, not there. And I think from my story, I'll take a very quick commercial break and thank two people who, without their support over the last 15 years, we're just not here. We would not be sitting here today. And that's Mike Fox and Senator Phil Berger. They have been right beside us. There's 100 people, 200 people who deserve credit, but they have been our absolute supporters. We would not be here today without them. So, yeah, thank you. Back to the story. So right behind us was hole number 4. Hole number 4 was a par, those of you who played this course probably start laughing at this. It was a little short par 3. You hit from up high down to a green that was lower, but the green was elevated, like an upside down cereal bowl, sort of like a Donald Ross course, if those of you who are golfers. You had to land it soft or it was going to roll off one way or another. So on this particular day in 2014, a young 13-year-old named Ryan Baker was playing his first ever competitive round of golf right here. Ryan is my son, you probably figured out. He's right there, put your hand up, bud. Now he designs airports. So I'm standing right down here watching him hit his shot, which was beautiful. Beautiful tee shot, lands right on the green, too much on it, goes off the back. He goes down, second shot, up on the green, off the front. Third shot, back off the front, the back again. chips up into the rough, chips on, and then 3 putts. Gets an 8 on a par 3, right? So he turns around. I've never seen a human face so red. And look at mine, right? It's funny. He was flustered. There's no question about it, right? So fast forward to a few years ago, and I have him and his friend Jackson out here for a tour of everything that you see right now. We ended up right here, and we were sitting here telling Jackson about Ryan's meltdown that day. All of a sudden, I see Jackson go like this. He gets this all-knowing look on his face, and he said, "Mr. Baker, now I know why you tore down this golf course." No, Jackson, while it was fun to get some retribution from my bud over here, that's not why we tore it down. We tore it down so that this day can happen. How cool is that? So, Tom, Ryan had the greatest idea just last night. This was a last-minute ad, but he is giving you this Hybrid 4 club that was in his bag, that literally that day, well, I don't think he used this to hit it that day, but on the bottom of it, it says, "To Tom O'Leary from Ryan Baker, hole 4 to Z4.
I got to give this thing a swing.
Love it. Enough storytelling. We'll get this going. We want to get the next century of aerospace started right here. And to do that, I'm going to invite Graham Bennett, the chairman of the Piedmont Triad Airport Authority, up here to take over. Graham.
Thank you, Kevin. And he's the greatest executive director in any airport and a part-time comedian. Welcome and good morning. It is indeed a great day for this region, this state, and certainly this airport. I am Graham Bennett, chair of the PTI board, and my honor to represent the board today, but also introduce our Governor, Josh Stein. But before I do that, I want to recognize a couple groups that have been a significant contribution to why we are here today. And first and foremost, to the generations, 25, 50 years of generations. Some of them not here today to join us, but we remember them, that they had the wisdom and the foresight that long ago, not only to deliver to the community an award-winning airport for air travel, but they saw through their wisdom a need for job creation. And it is developed into a 4,000 growing acreage of aviation industrial park with all the bastions and of aviation, and has become one of the greatest job creators for the future. Certainly, we're here today for the groundbreaking of JetZero that has foretells an even brighter future for our airport. Next, I'd love to mention the appointing bodies to our board. Guilford County County Commissioners, Forsyth County County Commissioners, the City Council of Greensboro, the City Council of Winston-Salem, and the City Council of High Point. So, and I also would like to introduce or thank our existing board, and I would like for anybody that's been the past board or present board, please to stand. Great. Gloria, thank you. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce the governor of our great state of North Carolina, Governor Josh Stein.
Good morning, everybody. I did not eat a frog this morning. Something happened in Raleigh last night. Kept some of us up later than we should have, but we're here on time this morning. Let's go Canes. Graham, thank you for the introduction. Thank you for your leadership of the PTI Board of Directors. Good to be with Senator Budd, Representatives Fox. We have Commissioner Farley, Secretary of Transportation Daniel Johnson, Commerce Chief of Staff, General Counsel Mary Elizabeth Wilson. Members of the General Assembly, will the members of the General Assembly please stand so we can acknowledge you all? Michael, I see you. So grateful for their partnership and vision. And there are so many other federal, state, and local officials, each of whom played a critical role in today's success. We are breaking ground on a great new chapter on North Carolina's storied history of flight. When Wilbur and Orville Wright arrived on the sands of Kitty Hawk just over 120 years ago, they were equipped with years of scientific experimentation and a vision. In 1903, they made North Carolina the first in flight. Today, we are the future of flight. We continue to experiment. We continue to dream. North Carolina's aviation industry creates $88 billion to the state's economy each year. We're home to more than 400 aerospace companies. And with JetZero's investment here at PTI, we are gaining altitude and speed. JetZero's flagship manufacturing operations will create more than 14,500 high-wage aerospace manufacturing jobs right here in North Carolina. These jobs will provide thousands of opportunities for engineers, advanced manufacturing specialists, technicians, to dedicate their talents to this growing industry in our state. The company's more than $4.7 billion investment to the project is expected to lift the state's economy by more than $250 billion. JetZero's plane will make flying more affordable and cleaner by increasing fuel efficiency and reducing carbon emissions. JetZero, we as a state have been putting in the work to make sure that North Carolinians are ready for the jobs of today and tomorrow. Last October, I joined Guilford Technical Community College for the groundbreaking of its new aviation center. The aviation center will equip more people with industry-recognized skills and certifications so that they can succeed in aerospace and advanced manufacturing. JetZero understands the value of workforce development and is already a good partner. JetZero recently joined our Careers Electric initiative to train 25,000 new electrical workers here in North Carolina over the next decade. Today's groundbreaking is the product of partnership and collaboration among the state's executive and legislative branches, federal, state, and local governments, public, private, and nonprofit partners. There are so many to thank, and I'm going to name just a few. The Departments of Commerce and Transportation, the North Carolina General Assembly, the North Carolina Community College System, including Guilford and Forsyth Tech, the University of North Carolina system, especially A&T, NC State, University of North Carolina at Charlotte, the Golden Leaf Foundation, our utility partners at Duke Energy and Piedmont Natural Gas, the Piedmont Triad Partnership, Guilford County, Greensboro, High Point, Forsyth County, Winston-Salem, so many different local economic development organizations, and of course the Piedmont Triad Authority, Airport Authority, under the leadership of Kevin Baker. Each is an important member of Team North Carolina, and no one works harder than Team North Carolina. And our one indispensable partner is JetZero. Tom, we are excited about your vision and eager to help you and your team to achieve it and to soar. We were thrilled to welcome you here to the Triad a year ago for the big announcement, and we're honored to be with you again for today's historic groundbreaking. Now it's my pleasure to bring forward the Honorable Dr. Kevin Rhodes, Administrator of the Office of Federal Procurement Policy. Thank you all very much.
So good morning. Governor, I appreciate the introduction. Thank you. I want to thank our elected officials and all the folks that are here today, but most importantly, I want to thank the people of North Carolina. What a phenomenal day. You know, I was driving in and I asked if this was the location and the property, the entire property. When you read about things, it's one thing, but when you see it, how darn impressive is this, that this is going to be the location for this factoring plant? And so what I tell you is that this is a direct example of what certainly I am trying to do and what I would contend our administration is trying to do in the sense of removing regulation and focusing back on getting things in America. We learned a lot of lessons, and yes, I agree. We learned a lot of lessons in COVID. I don't know if aviation, you could correlate it as a direct lesson learned, but what we did learn is our supply chains are fragile. We need to own our own destiny, and I think this is a great example of that taking place. So one of the things that I like to tell folks is if you think about Americans, the first to electricity, the first to the moon, the first to buy a carrier, we do things that not only change the trajectory of America, but change the trajectory of the world. And I think today is an example of we're going to look back on this and say we did that today as well. So I think this is a great event. Yeah. I think one of the things also that I would contend is Americans do because they can, not because they have to. And I think JetZero has embraced that completely and is taking that on. And I think, like I mentioned, decades from now, we're going to tell ourselves that, you know, sometimes we take things for granted, and I try not to do it, right? Because if you look back over your life, there are going to be moments in time where you say, I was there. I saw that. I was part of that. And when this factory is up and running, the people that work in the factory will say, look, I built things that last for generations. And once again, America sets the stage for the rest of the world. I thank you for being here today, and I congratulate all of you. And I'm going to be followed by the CEO, Mr. Tom O'Leary. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rhodes. Thank you all for being here and for sharing this momentous occasion with us at JetZero. Thank you to Governor Stein. I just want to say it is all about teamwork, and my goal here is just to acknowledge as many of the people that came together in team with JetZero. But first, I mean, this is a team sport. Innovation and unleashing the power of innovation is absolutely a team sport. I'd first like to begin by recognizing my team members at JetZero. Would you all kindly stand and actually turn and wave to the live stream so those watching us back in Long Beach can see your bright, shining faces. We are so, Kevin, would you please remain standing? And where's Mark Page? Mark, where are you? There's Mark right there. Mark Page, co-founder of JetZero. This is with Kevin Liebeck, who represents his father in absentia, who passed away this year, and we've commemorated him just last week. Thank you, Kevin, for being here. Mark and Bob envisioned this aircraft over 30 years ago, and we're here today to begin making it a reality. Thank you all. Indeed, I believe that this moment of reality is the coming together of visions. It's the coming together of a vision that Mark and Bob and Blaine Rodden had when NASA came to them and said, hey, this B-2 thing, are we going to see this make a transformation in passenger flight as well? And they said, well, hold my beer. And that tradition at NASA was carried on over the decades. Faye Collier, I don't see you, but I'd like you to stand, please. Oh, there you are, right up front and center. Faye Collier from NASA is here, and he has been working on blended wing now for quite some time. I think you're in your third decade of working on this. We are indebted to NASA for carrying the torch and moving blended wing body technology forward over the years, investing over $1 billion in maturing this technology so that we could eventually bring it to market and produce it right here in Greensboro. So thank you again, Faye. I would like to also acknowledge the efforts of the United States Air Force and of the Defense Innovation Unit. Today we have, from the Defense Innovation Unit, Omar Pimentel, and from the Air Force, please do stand, guys, and from the Air Force, Dan Pike. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting and believing in the power of innovation and what we can do with JetZero. We're so grateful for what we've seen. Thank you, Dr. Rhodes, for speaking on behalf of the administration. We're so grateful for the support that we received from NASA and the Air Force and the Defense Innovation Unit and from all aspects of the federal government right now who are so focused on reindustrialization in the United States. It's such an important cause, and we're so happy to be a North Star building the biggest new factory for a startup, not just in aviation, but in the entire country. So this is fantastic. And the vision here, okay, so thanks for the golf club, Kevin. That was fantastic. The Z4, from hole 4 to Z4. I can't wait to hit a shot with that, although it's a little short. What a vision, coming together of visions. Everyone here, Kevin, Graham, PTI, to look at this, to basically, you talk about thinking outside of the box. They thought outside of the box here and they said, what if we just continue to grow on the other side of a highway or build a bridge? I mean, this is real growth-oriented mindset. And so it really set Greensboro apart when we were searching for a home. And once we visited this place, I think we all kind of knew. We all looked at each other and said, this looks like it. This looks like home. And as you see here, we're looking to build an impressive home and not simply a factory, but a headquarters, and not simply a headquarters, but a global epicenter for the future of aviation. I hope you all love that vision as much as I do. Team's done an amazing job envisioning a factory and a headquarters that will be human-centered and will be an inspiration for further innovation right here in Greensboro. But I want to point out a couple of other teams. As we think about this factory, I want you to consider something. This will be unlike any aircraft factory in the world today. We're working with our partner at Siemens, our partners at Deloitte, and they are helping us basically develop a digital twin of this factory, not just a digital twin of the airplane, but a digital twin of this factory, which will allow us to simulate manufacturing in the Omniverse powered by AWS, NVIDIA, so that before we build the first aircraft, we will already have simulated it millions of times. Before we pour the first concrete, we will already have created the factory in the Omniverse. This is an amazing, and actually, yes, please, Siemens folks, please stand. Deloitte, folks who are here, Brian, Carrie, thank you so much. This is so important. As the governor mentioned, first in flight here in North Carolina, first in the future of flight, and now first in the future of digital manufacturing systems for aviation. So thanks again. Your partnership means so much to us. Absolutely. Dan, did I forget anybody? Dan DeSilva, our president and COO, he's always here to make sure I don't forget anything. I don't think I have. I just want to say this is the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. And when I was a child in 1976, this was a really captivating moment for me, the 200th anniversary of the United States. And I did wonder what would come of life and what would come of this nation to be here celebrating this momentous event, and the reality that we're all going to build together exceeds my wildest dreams. I want to thank you all for being here once again, and thank you for sharing this moment with me and with everyone here at JetZero. Now, I'd like Senator Budd to take the stage.
Thanks so much. Wow, what an absolute honor to be here. This is, we have so much to be thankful for, don't we, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, a beautiful day included. So from little jaw-breaking UFC last night to groundbreaking with JetZero right here. And a Canes victory in the middle. How about that? Yeah. You know, it irks my Ohio colleagues a little bit, but you all do know we are the first in flight right here in North Carolina, right? You know, when I look at what JetZero is bringing to Greensboro today, I think it's safe to say that we're going to be first in the future of flight as well. How about that? I'm so proud to welcome Tom, you and your JetZero, the whole team here to PTI. You know, you didn't just choose the #1 state for business, Governor. You chose the home of the first flight to build the next generation of flight. 14,500 jobs, it's not just a number in a press release, it's not just a number on a spreadsheet, even though that's great. But it's a lot of North Carolinians that are going to be waking up each and every morning to build the future of American aerospace. Kevin, right here in Greensboro, right here at PTI. So thank you, Tom O'Leary, for trusting us. You provide the innovation, we provide the workforce. It's a winning combination. So let's talk for a moment about the hardware. You know, the aircraft, it's completely new. It's incredible. But I did hear you mention that this design may have been around for a while. You may have been thinking about this for 30 years or for more than a decade. So thank you all for being persistent. But I recall as a kid seeing an old Popular Mechanics magazine. And it was an antique at the time when I saw it, but this one's from 1938. I don't know if you can see it back there, but it's a blended wing design from 1938. And this one's a little newer, 2009, Popular Mechanics. So I dreamed about it, but no one could build it until JetZero. And we are tremendously, tremendously proud of you all. You know, the Z4's blended wing, it's a game changer. It's 50% more fuel efficient, which is the kind of fuel efficiency that makes commercial, freight, and defense planners very, very happy. And thank you for being here from the Air Force and the Defense Innovation Unit. It's an honor to be able to work closely with you all in the Senate Armed Services Committee and the Intelligence Committee. But when you can fly so much further on a single tank, you aren't just moving people and cargo, you are shrinking the map. So whether it's commercial air travel or high-stakes military operations, the aircraft is a force multiplier and helps overcome the tyranny of distance, particularly in the Indo-Pacific. In a world where air superiority is our best defense, the Z4, it isn't just a plane, it is a national security imperative. It's efficient, and it's advanced, and frankly, it's just plain impressive. So I want to thank you all because in the Old North State, we are proud to be the launch pad for this. And there is no better place to build the future of flight than where it all began. I have the great privilege in my time in the House and in the Senate across the other side of the Capitol to work with a great North Carolinian, Congresswoman Virginia Foxx. She spent many years helping making our country attractive place to work, to invest through her leadership on the Educational Workforce Committee. And right now she leads the powerful Rules Committee. We're grateful for her leadership for our country and for our state, so please give a warm welcome to Congresswoman Virginia Foxx.
Thank you very much, Senator Budd. I appreciate those kind comments. You know, when you're the sixth person in a row, I thought, well, there's not going to be much left to say. There has been a lot of wonderful things said, and tying North Carolina particularly to our first flight, to our 250th anniversary, all those things are wonderful. But I am so pleased to be here in Guilford County and here at the PTI Airport to celebrate this beginning for JetZero in Greensboro. There's so much to celebrate about this event today. I was at the Chamber of Commerce meeting when it was first announced, and I'm delighted to be following this. I really appreciate Julie Felger from JetZero for inviting me to come and make a few comments. The opportunity and progress that'll come from JetZero's work here will serve as a boon to the business community, the state's economy, and to hardworking North Carolinians. I don't mind repeating some of that from what's been said. But North Carolina is home to some of the most dedicated, hardworking men and women in the entire nation. Look throughout history and you will see this proven and reflected time and again. It is why we are always rated as #1 for business. Our prowess on the national and international stage comes from its citizens and our longstanding commitment to nurture innovation, prosperity, and human flourishing. You can just look at the other companies that continue to put their time, effort, and human capital into expanding their operations and footprints here. That fact alone is a monumental testament to the pro-business, pro-growth environment that has long been present, thanks to the diligent and committed work of the legislature. And I was glad the legislators were recognized. I know you're going into session today. And the rock rib leaders like my dear friend Phil Berger. Phil was mentioned earlier, and I don't think enough has been said about the vision that he had to build the bridge that was mentioned earlier. He's been the leader and the architect of the pro-business, pro-growth atmosphere in North Carolina that attracts top-tier companies like JetZero. And I firmly believe this, as countless others do. He's deserving of immense praise for his relentless advocacy and efforts to grow our state during his tenure in the General Assembly, and I'm very sorry he couldn't be here today. But let's take a moment to preview what today's new chapter means for the workforce in our state. As Senator Budd mentioned, I was chair of the Education Committee. I was president of a community college. Jobs will be created for hardworking men and women who will come to work here and who have the skills and talent necessary to make a sustained and prolonged impact. And as the governor mentioned, we have fabulous community colleges here. GTCC has always been one of the most innovative campuses in the country, and particularly in the state. And I know I worked with them many, many years ago. I've seen their work and talent firsthand, and I'm immensely impressed. Their pipelines of talent will surely grow even further, and so too will opportunities for recent graduates and current students. Congratulations to JetZero, its partners, and the many stakeholders who've helped make today possible. We're all cheering you on, and we all look forward to seeing the wonderful work and opportunity you will come to build for the state that we love and cherish so much. I pray that God is going to continue to bless us all, and particularly the state of North Carolina. And I now introduce Deputy FAA Administrator Rocheleau.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. There you go. Thank you so much for the invitation to be here today. It truly is a pleasure and an honor to be among so many distinguished visitors. And congratulations to the JetZero team, the state of North Carolina, and the many, many people that were able to create this event today. You know, today, we're not just breaking ground on an aircraft manufacturing facility. We're paving a path to the future of aviation. You know, as you heard earlier, for decades, engineers and academics have been studying the blended wing body design. Today, JetZero is taking a big step of taking research into reality. This incredible work aligns well with the priorities of the Department of Transportation and the FAA. We are embracing innovation in aviation. As I hope all of you know, we're building a brand new air traffic control system for the United States. An aircraft like the Z4 will be a great addition to the digital approach in the skies above. That platform could offer commercial passenger use, cargo delivery, and military applications. It supports the flying public, our national security, and the U.S. economy. Additionally, at the FAA, we've accelerated our efforts to embrace new and novel designs to bring enhanced safety into the system. And we're moving with a renewed focus on digitizing the overall certification process. As a regulator, our mission is clear. It's all about safety in our national airspace. And I'm here today to commit that we will work closely with JetZero as they work through the certification process so that someday soon we can approve a type certificate first and then a production certificate for this facility right here. And the fact that this work is going on right now within our large aircraft directorate is proof of that. I'd like to close with a final thought I read the other day that I thought was particularly appropriate for today. Great credit goes to the dreamers who become doers, those who see the world as it could be. When they accept that uncertainty is the price of possibility, they are the ones that move humanity forward to a brighter tomorrow. Thank you so much for having me here today. And I'd like to introduce next Pasha Saleh from Alaska Air, their corporate development department. Thank you.
Governor Stein, thank you for your leadership and for helping make North Carolina the home of America's next great aerospace story. Members of Congress, distinguished guests, and Team JetZero, I couldn't be more proud to stand here today representing Alaska Airlines as your first airline investor and partner. 3 years ago, we saw clearly the enormous potential this breakthrough could bring to the airline industry and to the traveling public. Your vision of cleaner, safer, and dramatically more efficient air travel aligned perfectly with ours. We remain committed to this program, not only as investors, but as operators, bringing 94 years of experience flying in some of the world's most challenging environments. 94 years, I should add, without a single bankruptcy, the only legacy airline that can make that claim. Thank you. Thank you. One might assume that a record like that reflects only caution and risk aversion, And while financial discipline has always been part of our success, it has never prevented us from recognizing a once-in-a-generation innovation when we see one. But on a personal level, I'm even more excited to be here as an airline pilot and an aviation historian. I live in Seattle, Washington, where there stands a modest red barn built in 1909. It's home to Boeing's first factory, its first tool shop, and to its first engineer, Wang Su. The site that we're standing on today shares something with that red barn that's 2,300 miles west of here. They are both hallowed ground. Bill Boeing didn't invent the airplane. That happened right here in North Carolina. But he helped transform it from a daring invention into a practical means of connecting the world. Orville Wright lived long enough to witness the dawn of the jet age, and I often wonder what he would think if he saw that more than 70 years later, commercial airliners still largely follow the same basic design pioneered in the 1950s. Yet true breakthroughs only arrive rarely in aviation, and when they do, they change everything. In a twist worthy of aviation history, we've come full circle. 123 years after the Wright brothers first left the ground at Kitty Hawk, the next great leap in commercial aircraft design is beginning right here in North Carolina. Decades from now, people will look back at this place the way we look at Kitty Hawk, and much the way we look at Boeing's Red Barn, not as a construction site, but as the place where the future of flight took shape. Congratulations on this remarkable milestone, and Godspeed, JetZero.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the photographers and the media to come up to the front right now for our ceremonial groundbreaking photo op. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing group photos next. And while you're waiting, please see the QR code on the screen and click on that so you can see where JetZero Land will be. And you will see the Zero Factory and the buildings where they will be. Marvin Price from the Greensboro Chamber of Commerce will be announcing the groups from the podium.